One great feature about Google Documents is that you can share it. You can share it in a couple different ways. I'm going to explain those in just a minute, but first I'm going to show you where you can access this. Go to the right-hand side of your page there, and you see a little blue button. That's a pull-down menu. In that pull-down menu, you've got Share with Others. This allows the creator of a document to share the actual document with other people during the process of creating the document or afterwards, their choice. You can email it as an attachment very easily. You can send a message to the other collaborators, other people that are working on the same document with you at the same time. Or you can publish it as a web page where it's going to go up on the internet. It'll give you a URL address for that document, and then people can look at it online. And then there's a little view option to show you what it's going to look like as a web page. That's on the right-hand side, blue button. One of the best functions of Google Documents is that it has a collaboration function, and it is found in that Share pull-down menu, and it's called Share with Others. Once you select that option, this window will open. In this window, on the left-hand side, there's a little box where you can add the email address of other people that you want to share this document with. You can share it with them as viewers or collaborators. Viewers can only see the document, while collaborators can actually change and manipulate the document along with you. To add these people, just add the email address into that little box with a little comma between each email address. These people can then watch the process or participate in the process throughout the whole creation of the document. I know some of you are still concerned with the idea that maybe somebody can come in here and mess with the document. We're going to get to that here in just a minute. Another function of Google Documents is to publish a document as a web page. What this does is it takes whatever document that you have in here, and it'll create a URL address for it, and it'll make it look like a web page. It's going to be very generic. It's just going to be white with the text in there. However, if you want to have access, or students to have access to a specific worksheet or a reading that, or any assignment that you've kind of typed up, this is a way that you can do that, and they can have access to it instantly online from your blog or whatever source that you have. You can also set this up so that if you ever make changes to that document in Google Documents, it will automatically change on that web page as well, so that revisions will show up instantaneously. Earlier I mentioned how you can add students, and multiple students can be working on one document at one time. And I know there's red flags come up. It's like, oh, well, what if all of a sudden there's a falling out between two students and one student comes in here and just totally demolishes the essay? There are some safeguards set into Google Documents that are going to prevent that from happening. So here I've got a document. I've gone in here and let's say somebody sabotaged it by turning some of the text blue and highlighting other things. I'm sure they could do more damaging things than this, but this is just an example of what we could see using the revision history portion of Google Documents. Here's what it looks like after I've made some changes to the document. We're going to take a look at it in the revision history. So here I've got that example. We've made some changes to the document, and you can see that they've got black text and we've got green text. The difference is the black text shows what was there initially. The green text shows what has been changed. The green is indicating that this person made those changes. And in this example, me is identified as green. Me being myself, I am the creator of this document. If there were other collaborators on this document, they would show up in different colors, and they would be listed off with those colors. And so if John Doe made some changes, those changes would appear in red or blue or whatever color has been assigned to them. Every collaborator will have a different color. If we, for some reason, need to go back to an earlier revision of this paper, we simply select the revision that we want, and we can go back to that revision, and we can omit any changes that were made after that. Secondary benefit of this revision history option is that as the teacher, we can see what changes have been made to the paper from the beginning to the end, because we all want to see that the paper is improving as the process moves forward. We never want to see the first draft as being the only draft. Another thing that I like about Google Documents is that it is a consistent format. All your students' papers are going to be on the exact same format, on the exact same tool that you have access to and they have access to everywhere. It eliminates the situation where they go home, they work on their document, and they get to school to come and print it at the library, and they say, I try to print it, but the library doesn't have the same type of program that I printed it in, yada yada, or I don't have Microsoft Word at home, I just have WordPad. It eliminates that entirely. Everybody has access to Google Documents, whether it is from their home or at the library. It is the same program for every student using the exact same resources. The same resource that you have access to as well. It may add you as a collaborator. You are all seeing the same thing, the same time, in the same way. The consistency allows for the same type of activity to be completed at a consistent level by all students. So these are some of the reasons why I really, really like using Google Documents for classroom use. Being able to access the writing as the students are going through the process when it's like a homework assignment is very, very useful. I can see the changes that are made, and then I can add comments, I can make corrections myself for the students when I have time, anywhere, whenever working on it. And through the collaboration with other students and with the editing process, we can see who's making what changes when and where. Google Documents, one tool that can really benefit students in the classroom.